got the Rams favored by 12.5 at home against America's team. That's the Jacksonville Jaguars. A bounce back here, winning by 2 touchdowns and easily covering. Pearce, you want to chase or fade that?
I'm going to chase. I'm not completely comfortable with them covering this. This smells like Jacksonville versus Buffalo too.
Yeah.
And I know in that game, it was, Josh Allen was making mistakes and turning the ball over. Well, Matt Stafford has been making some of those mistakes recently as well. But ultimately, I think Los Angeles just is going to get right in this spot. They're at home. But if you do want to pull for the Jaguars, as I mentioned, Stafford's been making mistakes. The offensive line for the Rams, which has been a strength all season long, has struggled in the last couple games. One of the things that the Jaguars do well is in terms of pressure, that they're 6th in blitzing, 10th in quarterback hurries, 11th in quarterback knockdowns, 13th in quarterback pressure. Now, they don't get very many sacks, but that's okay. As long as you're putting pressure, you can force Stafford into some mistakes, and maybe they cover this game. I still think, though, that the Rams will cover.
All right, Jeff, taking the massive amount of points here, though, could prove to be wise because LA 0-5 ATS in its last 5 games as a favorite.
Yeah, I think it's almost a sucker play to go take the Rams, but I'm just that sucker. I think I'm looking at them trying to get well. I look at just the Jacksonville offense. I look at the schemes that they run to try to free up those wide receivers and actually the lack thereof. And the lack of playmakers that they have in the passing game. I think this is a game where Aaron Donald gets well. I think it's where the Rams defense is the key to this cover. I'm not comfortable with it, but at gun to head, I'm taking the Rams side of things.
Reid, Jags are 4-0 ATS in their last 4 road games against teams with a winning record. Come on, dude.
So, Jeff, I know you're new to the program, but the America's team part of this portion is completely self-appointed by Emerson Latzia. No one thinks that Jacksonville Jaguars is America's team, except for everyone in Jacksonville, which Emerson is a resident of back in his early years, his formative.
Thank you, Reid. Thank you for your support.
Just want to make that clear. That not all of us believe that's the case. To Jacksonville's credit, what Emerson just said, each time they've been double-digit dogs, I'll give you the one further, they've covered. But they have the second lowest plus-minus ATS when they're on the road at minus 7.6. Which means, if you just want to use that simple math, that they'll lose this game by 20 points. I don't think that's the case, right? I don't think that the Rams need that, but the Rams need momentum, right? We've seen these guys play below average, and they need momentum. Not saying that this is a beauty contest, but they need to put up points and put them up in large bunches on this team, and they can, right? Jacksonville in every positional advantage that they have every positional advantage, right? Defensive line against O-line, receivers against DBs, quarterbacks, coaches. You name it, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I said this about the Bills, and that 9-6 game completely thwarted my theory. But I think this is a Rams team that's absolutely going to blow them out. So, yeah, I think they're going to cover Chase.